So in that regard, the universe doesn't make mistakes is also the opposite of a solution-oriented thing.
Yeah.
Like, it just covers literally everything.
What I meant by solution-oriented was more like open-ended, or almost looking at it objectively, like this is the reality, so now what?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of this is the reality and I don't like it.
It's like, you could say it's the solution to, people approaching problems with conclusions.
Yeah.
It is the only conclusion that you can approach a problem with, and you're not messing yourself up.
Right.
So you go into something and be like, there's a solution to this. This is going to fix this issue that we have. As soon as you think that with anything, you've messed up and you've missed like the solution, and you're in a befuddlement there. But if you go, the universe doesn't make mistakes, and you approach anything with that, then you haven't messed anything up, and you can still see things for what they are, and then make the right calls from there. Yeah. Anything else you put in the way, there's a very high chance that it's just gonna have conclusions that are based on other conclusions that are based on other conclusions, and not get the answer that you're looking for, and not because all of your other conclusions are also based on a bunch of conclusions. It's just this network of things. It's like, this is what I need to do based in this circumstance, and then you can find it in all sorts of places. But even when we joked about after a hockey game, every single one of them they interviewed guys panting after the game. It's like, yeah, we just have to try harder, and we got to win this time, but we can't let it down because next game is just one game at a time. It's funny because it's really open-ended and vague, and they aren't putting a conclusion in a way, but it's all kind of the same
sort of exasperated answer.
Yeah.
It's like, I think we made a joke also. It's like, here's someone who has not enough oxygen going to or too much oxygen going to their brain. What do they have to say?
Somebody who can't breathe right now. And then another version of it is like a bunch of authors that, randomly, if you go on AuthorTube, they call it, just like authors sharing videos about their process and stuff. Like, they'll be like, this, the last book took me 2 months to write, and it felt really good, and I could do that like every time I was ready. And then my next book, I had that expectation and put the conclusion in front of it, and then it took me like 2 years, and it was suffering the whole time. And it's like, no matter what kind of conclusion you put in front, whether it is vague, like, gotta try hard next time, or this is how it's gonna go, or anything like that. If you stick with that too much, then, or like at all, then you miss the, okay, where are we now? Okay, where are we now? Okay, where are we now? Moment to moment to moment, throughout the entire process of making sure that the next game actually does go well.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about that guy saying, we just got to try harder next time, it's like, how does he know?
Yeah.
How does he know anything about that?
You're only going to know literally in the moment.
Yeah. Like, that's like, there's going to be water at this point in the marathon, despite the fact that it's below freezing outside. It's like, you're defying, like, logistics in terms of what the universe is playing.
Well, the universe doesn't make mistakes. And so, next time as we're playing, we're just going to observe the moment and act accordingly, shift by shift, moment to moment. Sometimes somebody might get a penalty, and sometimes we won't score a goal for a while, and the goalie makes a real good save, and sometimes we'll be bailed out by like some lucky bounce, and things just happen. It's the universe doesn't make mistakes. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna have fun and do our best, and I don't know what'll happen. I'm just gonna write my next novel. This last one went well in 2 months, and the next one's probably gonna not be 2 months, because that was maybe there were certain circumstances that worked out there, but the universe doesn't make mistakes. I probably have some lessons to learn from this. Next book's going to be totally different. Just, over and over again. The universe doesn't make mistakes. Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah.
It's almost just saying who knows what's going to happen is equal to the universe doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, but the universe doesn't make mistakes also covers things that have happened, which is what we're trying to. Like, I'm getting stressed out over this thing that happened. The universe doesn't make mistakes. No matter what, the universe doesn't make mistakes. Right. So don't worry about anything. Don't stress about anything. What is like regrets, future concerns, and all this other stuff. It's just be happy where you are. There's the urgency of life is like to live, and I think people are catching on to that. That that's where mindfulness, presence, power of now, anything that you see, spiritual scriptures, consciousness lessons, things like that. It's definitely leaning that way to. It's leaning in the way of the universe doesn't make mistakes. You are where we are. What do we do? So it's coming.